Here at the blue on a rainy night. No.
Hey Army, quick question. Have you ever felt like someone you admire is everywhere, even when they're not doing anything at all? If you're nodding right now, you're exactly the kind of person I want to talk to, so make sure you hit subscribe now because what I'm about to share is about one of our own, and trust me, you'll want to ride this wave with us. The moment it felt real. I still remember the day I first saw the headline. Kim Taehyung, better known as V from BTS, had topped Google Trends in 75 countries. Yes, you heard that right. That moment I froze. My heart went. This is beyond fandom. This is history in motion. See, it's one thing to stream a new song, tweet a hashtag, wear the merch. But it's a whole new level when someone's name becomes the most searched phrase in the world. Not just once, but across continents. And for V, he did it while he was serving in the military. I thought, how can someone who isn't even doing public promotions suddenly dominate global search interest like that? And as I dug deeper, I realized it wasn't magic. It was authenticity, timing, presence and absence, and above all, an undying connection with us. Setting the stage. The absence amplifies effect. Imagine being absent from the spotlight. No broadcasts, no live performances, no big flashy comeback announcements. That was V, as he completed his military service. Many entertainers would worry about losing momentum. Many fandoms fear fade out when the stage lights go off. But here's where the twist lies. Rather than fading, V's presence online intensified. How? Let's break it down. People searched VBTS. They searched Kim Taehyung discharge. They searched where is V, and when will V return? Every absence generated curiosity. According to one report, even while fulfilling his mandatory military service, V was the most searched K-pop star globally during the first quarter of 2025. His name alone became a searching magnet. One article noted, V's influence was profound despite his brief appearance. His name reached a 100% peak on Google Trends worldwide. You could feel it. The collective pause from public appearances forced us to lean in harder. As if the world said, where is he? What's next? And that question launched tens of thousands of clicks. Fandoms love a comeback story. They love the return. But the real magic is in the in-between where there's nothing happening, and yet everything is happening. That 75 country domination. What it means. Okay, let's get real. Dominating 75 countries on Google Trends. That's not a fluke. That's global resonance. It means, from South Korea to the United States, from the UK to Japan, from India to the Middle East, the name V was soaring. This is not just K-pop star famous in Asia. No. This is global phenomenon, in every sense of the word. It signals something deeper. People across cultures were searching his name, not because he had to be out there, but because he already was there, in memory, in influence, in pictures, in hearts. And then you realize, brands, media, fashion, they noticed. The people who track search trends, market interest, brand worth, they noticed. Because search trends are data, cold, hard numbers. And his numbers, they didn't flicker, they soared. One piece noted, despite limited public appearances, data from Google Trends revealed that Taehyung led the rankings in 75 out of 81 tracked countries. Another said, rated fourth among male pop stars globally in 2024, behind Drake, Eminem and Justin Bieber. That's the level we're talking about. The story behind the searches. I want you to picture this. An idol walking into a concert, a seemingly simple moment. But what happens around it? The digital ripple effect. For example, on June 28, 2025, V was spotted cheering for member Jin at his opening solo concert of the Run Seekjin tour. It was a quick sighting, but boom! The name V shot up to a 100% search peak worldwide. One article described his image, wearing a black tank top that showed off his muscular, combat-trained arms. And just like that, a single appearance triggered global search interest. Why? Because of the myth. Because of the minimum and maximum paradox. In minimal action, maximum impact. Because V had become more than an idol. He had become a symbol. Search, and ARMY. We weren't just spectators. We were catalysts. We shared, we tweeted, we posted, instantly making it a wave. V and the brand power. Let's shift gears for a moment. We all know V is talented. We all know he sings, he composes, he charms. But trending globally, dominating search charts. That level of influence has monetary, brand, and cultural weight. One report. V's current net worth estimated at $41 million, placing him as the richest member of BTS and one of the richest male K-pop idols. Another. He generated an astounding 1.5 billion Korean wons, South Korean won, individually. Even though BTS as a group reportedly commands 3 billion Korean wons per appearance. These numbers aren't just big, they're statement level. It reads, his name alone is power. And herein lies the twist. Usually public-facing activity drives your brand. But for V, brand drove the public-facing activity. The latent presence became more potent than any full-cost promotion. That's rare. Very rare. And for us as ARMYs, it was validating. We've always believed he's extraordinary, and here the numbers confirmed. Yes, you were right. The emotional undercurrent. Why we feel it. Now let's get personal. Because as cool as the stats are, what really matters is why we feel them. Why does this hit deep? Because when we see someone keep rising, even when the world expects them to step back, it gives hope. It reminds us that visibility isn't always physical. Sometimes it's emotional, spiritual. Because the journey of V mirrors many of our own. The pressure to show up, the fear of being forgotten, the weight of expectations, and yet finding strength in what you are, not just what you do. Because fandom isn't passive anymore. It's active. We became part of that search trend. We typed his name, we shared memes, we watched stories. We contributed to the wave. Because it tells us, if someone can grow in silence, we can grow in ours. If someone can dominate while in absence, we can excel while in transition. It becomes a motivational mirror. And when emotions run high in ARMY spaces, tears, laughter, proud moments, it all ties in. It becomes more than fandom. It becomes belonging. A few behind-the-scenes secrets that we often miss. Here are some of the subtle things that elevated V's trend beyond what meets the eye. 1. Timing. V's discharge from military on June 10, 2025, aligned with hype. His appearance at Jin's concert on June 28 triggered a peak. These weren't random, they were coordinated, or at least well-timed events. 2. Visual impact. That tank top, those arms, the minimalist but striking appearance. It created shareable visuals. Shareable visuals drive search interest. 3. Mystique of the figure. V doesn't overexpose. He holds back just enough. That mystery fuels curiosity. When you're everywhere, you're nowhere. When you appear briefly, you're unforgettable. 4. Global language. His appeal crosses cultures. His voice, his visuals, his artistry. The data backs it. Searches in not just Korea but US, UK, Japan, India, Middle East. That means the story we tell in local language, he tells in any. 5. ARMY as force multipliers. We tweet, we trend, we create content. We make his name searchable. His rise wasn't just organic, it became viral because of community. That community is you and me. What this means for HYBE Corporation and the industry. Yes, you came here for Be Shocked. V dominates Google Trends. Here's how. So let's talk about it. The label, the company, the machinery behind BTS. When V dominates search trends in 75 countries. For HYBE, it signals a brand asset that's beyond albums and tours. It's digital real-world muscle. For the industry, it's a blueprint. Less constant exposure, more strategic impact. For future K-pop idols, it means image plus presence plus global mindset matter as much as performance. HYBE and V aren't just reading the trend, they're shaping it. And as ARMY, we feel the ripple. Because it's not just about statistics, it's personal. Let me share something personal. A few years ago I watched someone I admire struggle to stay relevant. I worried. Will they disappear? But then I realized something. It wasn't about the stage, it was about the heart behind it. Watching V's rise reminded me of that lesson. It whispered, you don't have to show up every day to make impact. The quality of presence matters. And for a moment, as I typed Taehyung into Google and saw the search surge, I felt that wild energy of discovery again. I wasn't a passive fan. I was participating in a historic moment. If you've ever stayed up late waiting for BTS content, or hugged your phone when V posts a photo, or laughed at a meme because it got you, then you understand the weight of this. The surge of search interest wasn't just about clicks. It was about connection. Chapter 10. The twist. It's only the beginning. Here's a twist. Many would say he's done it, top in searches. What's next? But the truth. This isn't a peak, it's a launch pad. Because when someone dominates while absent, the question becomes, what happens when they're fully back? When V steps back into the spotlight with new music, new visuals, new collaborations, the ripple will become tidal. And you know what that means. This moment you're reading about now is the quiet before the crescendo. So yes, HYBE may be shocked. The industry may be scrambling, but we're just the first wave of this global movement. We saw it. We felt it. We lived it. One message to ARMY. Why we should celebrate. To you, to me, to every ARMY who typed VBTS into search late at night when the world was asleep. This is for us. Celebrate the moment, because we are part of something historic. Stay prepared, because when V returns, the world will shift again and we're going to ride that wave. Use it as inspiration. If someone can dominate the world while offstage, imagine what you can do in your area of life when you show up. Stay together, because none of this works without community. Without us cheering. Without us sharing. Without us believing. The powerful ending, our own takeaway. Alright, ARMY. As we wrap this up, I want to leave you with something powerful. You've just witnessed a story where absence became power, where silence spoke louder than sound, where one name, V, became a search engine lightning rod across 70+ countries. And that same story is mirrored in your life. Maybe you're in a phase of waiting. Maybe you feel invisible. Maybe you fear the world forgot you. But take heart. Sometimes the waiting isn't the problem. The preparation for impact is where you're growing. The search is already happening. The world might just not know yet. So, look at V. Look at what happens when passion, authenticity, timing, and community converge. Look at what happens when you don't follow the formula. The formula follows you. And next time someone asks, how did HYBE do it? How did V dominate Google Trends in 75 countries? You'll know the answer isn't just marketing. It's magic born of truth. It's the power of one voice reaching billions, because that voice didn't shriek to be heard. It was heard. Thank you for listening. If you're with me, hit subscribe. Let's celebrate this journey together. For V, for ARMY, and for everything we're yet to become. Because when he rises again, we rise with him. Purple Heart. If you'd like, I can format this with timestamps or split it into segments. Part 1. Rise, Part 2, Moment, Part 3, What's next, so you're all set for voiceover. Would you like me to do that?